dark in here. You wouldn't know it's morning time, but, well, it's light outside.
Yes, it is 8:47 in the morning, and we are on another adventure.
Right. Where are we?
We are in Tok, Alaska.
Right. Isn't that crazy? We snuck up here on you guys without even telling you.
No,
We're in Tok.
I didn't even video either. But we are on our way to our third Chickenstock up in Chicken, Alaska. So I'll grab a little bit of footage on the way up, and next time we check in with you, we will be on the festival grounds.
Sounds like a good time. Nothing like driving by Braille. Man, I can hardly see. There's a couple sections where there's no lines in the road, and it's a guessing game as to where the road is with this fog. As we climb higher on these mountains, there's a little bit, it gets a little thicker and thicker. But we're trucking along at a 32 mile an hour clip, mainly going slow because this road, the Taylor Highway, is very well known for frost heaves and bad areas of road and stuff. Oh wow, we're clearing out now. Look at this. Oh, okay, I like this. Freedom. But it's a road that you can't just bomb down at any speed. You got to really watch out for these frost heaves and just the torn up sections. So yeah, we're just kind of taking it easy, making our way to Chicken, and we're gonna get there in one piece. Ooh, truck's slowing down.
This road is notoriously bad. It's the ground underneath the road, and with all the freeze thaw, that's what causes a frost heave, and it doesn't matter how many times they try to fix it, it just pops back up the next spring. But we're only 11 miles in, and we've got about 60 more to go. Welcome to Chicken, Alaska and Gold Camp, the home of the Chickenstock Music Festival. Over the next 24 hours, this empty lot will turn into home base for one of the best music festivals in Alaska. Upon checking in, Lisa, the parking guru, who is very good at what she does, gets us parked into a formation that allows the three of us traveling together to have a nice shared courtyard between our three RVs. Over the next 2 days, hundreds of RVs and tenters will fill the tiny town of Chicken, increasing its population from around 30 to a whopping number of over 2,000 festival goers.
It's a little rainy out there. Yeah, I guess that would be easy to go west. Yeah.
Well, if you didn't hear that, it is thunder and booming out, and just had a torrential downpour, and it only lasted, what, 30 seconds?
Well, there's more. Not over yet.
We just did a walk up to the post office.
See, there you go. Not over yet.
And we beat it home, but barely. Wow. Welcome to Chickenstock 2024.
It might be time to go inside for a little bit. I'm getting wet.
On day 2 in Gold Camp, we decided to take the tour of the famous Pedro Dredge, one of the most complete gold dredges in the north, with over 100 years of history in the Fairbanks and Chicken gold fields of Alaska. Brian, our tour guide, who has also worked at Gold Camp for several years, was great at explaining the history of this important piece of mining equipment while we walked through the old vessel.
Come on over here. Don't push it. I'm just kidding. Push it. Push it.
This 3 cubic foot dredge, measured by its bucket capacity, washed about 2,500 cubic yards of gravel each day. That's 29 buckets per minute, at a cost of around 30 cents per cubic yard.
This is where the magic happens, right here. So this is where, on each side of this dredge, the water would carry the gold-rich pay dirt from the trauma, which is behind here, and we'll see that on our next stop. And it would wash down in here, and it would wash across these mats right here. The water would flow this way, so it pushes the water up, and it would form a vortex behind each one of these riffles. So the lighter material would carry to the next one, the next one, the next one. The heavier material, the gold and the black sands, would get buried into here.
Between 0.3 and 0.8 ounces of gold were recovered from each cubic yard of gravel. There were normally 16 to 20 men employed in the operation, with 10 to 12 involved directly with the dredging, and the remainder mostly associated with thawing ground ahead of the dredge. The dredge mined over 55,000 ounces of gold in the 8 years on Chicken Creek. That's an equivalent to roughly $80 million in gold at today's modern prices. Are you driving the dredge?
I don't know what I'm doing right here. I don't know what. I think this is probably electrical power of some sort.
Don't touch.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm overwhelmed, and this is impressive.
In 1998, after sitting idle for 31 years, the million-pound dredge was moved 1 mile in one piece on a trailer with 120 wheels to the Chicken Gold Camp and Outpost. It was moved a short distance again in 2009 to its present location, where folks today can easily tour the dredge. The dredge was opened to the public in August 2005 and can be toured daily during the summer months for $15 per person.
Wow, that was just an impressive tour. We've been on a couple other dredges in our past travels up here. In Dawson City, there's dredge number 4, and in Fairbanks, there's dredge number 8. And we've toured both of those, but they weren't all complete. This thing, I mean, everything's there. They said it would take a little bit of work, but in 5 or 7 days, they could have this thing up and running. There's overalls and there's rubber boots and everything's there. It's really an amazing tour, and all the stuff is reached and ready to go. If you guys ever get up here to Chicken, take this tour. It's really well worth it. And Brian has so much information. He's a wealth of knowledge. I think he's only up here for Chickenstock, but during the summer, if you get a chance to talk to Mike up here, he's the owner of the place. He has all the information you ever wanted. It's pretty cool. Tours are about $15, and it was an hour. I think we spent just a little bit over an hour inside there with Brian. And they have so much information, you can ask almost any question, and they know. They have done their homework with this dredge. Mike knows the history of this dredge, and there's been a lot of work to get this thing here to show off to you guys. So come on up to Chicken, take a look at it.
Interesting side note, the last time this thing ran was in 1998, so that wasn't that long ago.
Nope.
They had to fire it up to move it, so pretty cool.
There's a huge story about that too, right by on the outside wall of the Chicken Gold Camp, explaining how they moved to transport it from Fairbanks to this location. A lot of history here. It's really cool.
All right, well, today is Thursday afternoon. The festival hasn't even begun and we're just hanging out. We're gonna have an RVing to Alaska get together this evening with quite a few other folks that made it here for the festival and just enjoying our time.
Yep. Hey, we gotta go check on that smoking meat.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. By Thursday evening, most folks had arrived on festival grounds and have made themselves at home, and it was finally time for our first RVing to Alaska meetup of the travel season. Every summer, we hold several meetups like this one throughout the state where fellow members can come together to meet one another and find community and friendship while on the road traveling around Alaska. The time had finally come, and it's finally Friday afternoon, and Chickenstock has kicked off with music from the very popular band Fireweed Fiddle to get the party started. Throughout the day and into the evening, all 11 bands from Massachusetts to Alaska performed on the famous Chickenstock stage, and each night we all danced to the obligatory and copyrighted song, The Chicken Dance. Saturday, the fun continued, graced by wonderful mid-70-degree weather. Many activities commenced, including tie-dye shirt making, a 5K fun run, grazing through about a half dozen or so food trucks, and our new personal favorite, the first ever Chickenstock Dog Parade. Sophie and her cute little chicken suit was a great hit, and Sophie just wanted to play with every dog she came across.
I kind of feel like this dog park feeling is a good part. This is it right here, right? All right, here we go. Excuse us, folks. We got, I don't know, 200 or 300 dogs coming through. The dog parade. It's all good. Yeah.
Tyler, they're still coming. I think we might be all the way around to a tail. I don't know how to do this. Let's see. You guys, we might have to interrupt your cornhole game.
No.
Oh, it's happening. Yeah, it's happening. Don't think either way, Bob.
That's my favorite one. That's our favorite. That's our favorite one.
Thank you.
No offense to yours.
And if you've seen our other videos on Chickenstock over the past 2 years, you know one of the main events is the peep drop. Yes, peeps, you know, like those Easter marshmallow candies you get in your Easter basket? Well, here at Chickenstock, this year they dropped over 10,000 peeps out of a helicopter for a 50-50 jackpot. This year, the candy cane helicopter returned to Chicken to do the honors, and after it was all said and done, only one winner made it into the bucket in the kiddie pool this year, which they split the pot with the bands, taking home over $3,800. What a great win. no Chickenstock is complete without Cousin Curtis taking the stage, the headliner for the festival. His music is pure energy and something we've added to our everyday playlist whenever out and about, playing on our snow machines, ATVs, or on road trips or out on our boat. And with his special guests of Harrison B. and Rachel with Fireweed Fiddle, it just takes him to the next stratosphere. We had such a wonderful time and can't wait to catch him live again later when he comes back up to Alaska and plays at the Palmer Ale House in September.
Sun awakes my eyes, I hear your voice before all the noise. This world can be so deafening, I struggle in real time. My soul is singing though, but I do believe it's fine. Honeybee,
Well, that's another Chickenstock in the books for us. What a great time each and every year when we come up to Chicken, on top of the world, to hear some of the best bluegrass and country music at the Chickenstock Music Festival. If you find yourself in Alaska mid-June and want to attend, just a word for the wise, you need to plan this one out months in advance. Tickets go on sale around New Year's, and they usually sell out within minutes of opening ticket sales to the public. The reason for this is this little town of Chicken cannot hold much more than the 2,000 or so attendees, so tickets are very limited. The previous year's attendees always get first dibs on tickets in a pre-sale, so what is left over is extremely small. So plan ahead and watch for the sale announcements on the Chickenstock Music Festival Facebook page and website. As always, Gary and I want to thank you for joining us here for another episode on Living Free Alaska. Over the past week, we have gained hundreds of new subscribers from our last video where we went fishing down in Homer for halibut. We are so humbled and honored and want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for joining our Alaskan family. And if you're new here, welcome to our channel. If you like this video, please would you take a moment and hit that like button and hit the subscribe and notification buttons as well so you're notified when we post next, as we would love to show you around the final frontier here in Alaska. As always, we'll keep our Alaskan adventures coming each and every Wednesday right here on Living Free Alaska. Until next week, always remember to live your best life and live free.